Let's get to the shit. No. So obviously, again, you guys changed the dynamic with debate TV, but I felt like kind of like the last 3 years and where I kind of was outwardly, critiquing as you would critique was, I kind of felt it went from critiquing the game, it went poor play, shitty team, to personal attacks. And two people in particular, I felt kind of it got personal at times, was with Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. From your experience and understanding who you were, your role, how you really found your niche, and again, assailed to the top, at one point I felt like there was a line. Again, it was critiquing because that was the job, and then I felt like the line kind of got erased and it was more personal attacks. Can you kind of address your thinking during that and reasoning, or the way you looked at it?
First of all, I love Matt Barnes because he don't give nobody eye contact. He's like, look, I'm in my own head. Matt did look at that dude once until he said, all right, answer, partner.
Okay. We got to go one at a time. They're both very different situations and circumstances for both of those players. Do we want to start with LeBron?
Whoever you would like to.
Okay. I say what I see. And I still believe to this moment, LeBron has been the most overprotected superstar in the history of the game.
Damn.
I have thrown him many, many, many flowers when it's time to throw flowers.
Right.
I have constantly, consistently, though nobody wants to hear me do this, but I've said to this day, to this moment, he's still the best passer in basketball. On a nightly basis, as I always say, I watch every dribble of every game.
All right. We ain't gonna. Man, look. Ain't nobody watching every dribble of every game of anybody. I don't care if it's your son or not. You ain't watching every dribble. I ain't gonna mess with Skip right now. Like, Skip and them are talking about how they mess with sports media. I'm with them. I'm not mad at Skip Bayless for his version of doing sports media. What I don't like is how that version became so successful. I thought that what they did was amazing. Him, Stephen A. Smith. I ain't rooting against that. I'm not trying to bring a low ceiling to that. What trips me out is how it caught fire to the point where everyone was consumed with it. Like he said, it created gremlins and it became the way to talk about sports. You get it? Man, I ain't mad at Skip Bayless for what he said. Matt Barnes doesn't seem like he is either. Steven Jackson. You can't be mad at the man for embracing debate and killing it at embrace debate. You know what they say? Don't hate the player, hate the game. And I was mad at the game because the game was making it so adversarial in terms of how you got to talk about the game, the sport. Sports in general. I ain't like that, but whatever. That is like a human nature conversation more than Skip Bayless' problem. You know what was wild, though? Why is it personal? Why'd you get off with just talking about the player and production and make it personal? You caught how you made it personal? I got a problem with that. When you say to LeBron James, you're the most overprotected superstar I've ever seen. First of all, how you measure that? You read all the clippings like you watched every dribble? Liar. You ain't measuring. You got a subjective measure. Now you're going to try to use to objectively criticize me. You catch that? All right, we'll catch this.
There have been so many flame out moments for LeBron in his career. And remember, on TV, I was often thrown up against Shannon Sharpe, who loves LeBron like a brother. I mean, like a stalker, if you know the truth, right?
Nah, it's a little scary.
I mean, it got a little scary for me sometimes.
A little scary.
All right? But he's just proclaiming LeBron better than Jordan. Well, I'm the biggest Jordan fan in his.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm right.
This is where y'all lose me. Maybe because I ain't got no fashion sense. I ain't no fashionista. I didn't care about wearing a starter jacket to get jacked and beat up and shot at when I was growing up. I wear anything anywhere. I don't care. Because if I'm me, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm going to get her name, her number. Y'all grown-ass men be wearing these Jordans. And, like, it's cool. I wear Jordans, too. But I do not wear them like they are badges of honor. Like they just Jordans. If you got $80, $100, $200, $500, you can get them. Like, I don't understand how you got them on. It's like, yo, I got them Jordans. It's like, no, you got on Jordans. It's not, take the exclamation point away. I'm sorry.
I deal with you.
Okay. Like, I get goosebumps talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan because I got to know him. I was there in Chicago in '98 for the Last Dance season. Listen, this man he's in another universe to me from LeBron bleeping James.
Right. Universe. You know what I mean? Planets in one galaxy, let alone universe. Like, we can't, we can't do this. Like, number 2 all time or 3 all time, where y'all got LeBron? What's the lowest? One of y'all haters, beat it up in the comments. What's the lowest you got LeBron ranked all time? 4? 5? That's a universe?
So if you're going to compare them, I'm going to say Jordan never had any epic fails in anything he did in the playoffs, even when they lost, when he didn't have Pip yet. He'd score 63 in overtime at Boston, and Larry Bird would say, I just saw God in sneakers. You know, like, okay, all right, so that's the framework of what I'm doing. Again, do I hate LeBron? I don't know LeBron. I'm actually happy I don't, because I'm afraid if I were around him very much, I think he's a really good guy, a really nice guy. Sometimes nice to a fault, because I was around Jordan a lot. Not a nice guy all the time. He was a bad MF, man. And he wore it on his sleeves. And when it was time to be a bad MF, he scared the hell out of the rest of the league. I don't think LeBron scares the hell out of the rest of the league, because I think they all really like him. And he wants to be liked to a fault.
Can you give us your
Tell me this then. Why you don't want to know him personally? Because you wouldn't say it the same? Is that what you're going to say? You went on Jordan. It was a bad MF, and he scared the hell out of everybody. But you said, I want to know about LeBron. I don't want to know him. I wonder if he would have all the smoke for LeBron if he knew LeBron. This is what
reasoning behind the Westbrook situation?
Okay.
This question.
So this runs deep for me.
There we go.
And there is some personal here, I will admit.
Okay, he's going to admit that it gets personal with my homeboy, Russell Westbrook. And I don't know why it gets personal with him, but it does. And that's where they lost a lot of people, when it was like, dog, to empower. It's almost like it was some weird kind of like pandering to the audience, because the audience is full of narps, like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith were narps. So like when you're a narp, you like, all right, my audience is largely not professional athletes. So forget what they talking about. Forget how they feel. Forget how they take it. Okay, even though they the reason we all talking about this right now, which is, that's the only thing I say. I ain't walking around here saying equal rights, equal rights. Now you got to earn your right to be talked about in a good way. You got to earn that. That ain't an equal rights conversation. I don't talk to every kid I coach the same, because y'all ain't the same. I treat you all the same based on how good you are. So I understand where he's going to go, partly in terms of like, my audience don't want to hear, as he said, me talking flattery about LeBron James. They want to hear me criticize him. And then being hypercritical because I think he's so overprotected, I now blur the lines between talking about the player and talking about the person. Because who in the hell could be so damn sensitive or fail in the biggest moments and have all these floundering moments? I'm like, damn, that's personal though. But you're like, well, what kind of person could be that type of player? And that's where the conversation went. I thought that was very fascinating by the Skip Bayless in that respect. But now we're going to get even crazier.
So right away, what happens is little brother starts taking more shots than big brother. Russ starts taking more shots, and he's a UCLA guy. You're a UCLA guy, but I didn't see Russ coming at UCLA. He stayed for 2 years, and I watched him in the playoffs, the March Madness, the finals, the NCAA finals, or the Final Four. And I don't know if you did, but I couldn't see it coming. I didn't see this coming.
No, he improved.
Right?
No.
Because go back and look at what he's averaging, like 6 or 7 points.
Coming off the bench at times.
Just coming off the bench. And I could, he didn't even catch my eye, right? It's Kevin Love and Collison and who else, like.
That was a good team.
It is a good team. Okay, so
I love how Skip repeats everything that they say. Catch it, though. You got to catch it, though.
Night after night, I'm watching my Oklahoma City Thunder, and Russell Westbrook is taking more shots. I just go back and show you the numbers. He's taking more shots than Kevin Durant. I know Kevin's the most efficient scorer we've ever seen, but still, I'm saying that's not right.
Right.
And so I start to criticize
I get it.
Russ for taking more shots. Now I'm on First Take. And Kevin didn't like it because it was bad for their unity, for their camaraderie, their chemistry. Because
even though you might have been right,
okay,
it was bad for the team.
It was
Everybody
bad for
in the
team.
world know that, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Russ and Katie on the team, Katie should be taking more shots. That ain't no shot at Russ. It's just, just common
All right.
sense.
So
I give you
KD
that.
one evening before a game, he calls over the reporter from the Oklahoman who covers the team, and he says, "I got something for you." And he blasts me, and they put it in the Oklahoman, and then I have to go on TV the next day and defend myself because Kevin said, Skip doesn't know shit about basketball. And I'm like, yeah, I do. I actually do. And what I'm saying is completely true and fair. Kevin, I'm your biggest fan. How can you do this to me?
Look how yoked Skip is, man. How old is he?
Well, I didn't matter to Kevin, but Russ really mattered to Kevin.
He
right?
didn't want no division in the locker room.
Okay, so God bless him because you would have done that. You would have done that.
Yeah.
Because in the end, all that matters is that basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Kevin chose to leave Russ, and I was told by somebody very close to Kevin Durant, the main reason he left OKC going into his 10th year, that was 10 years, that's a long time. He left because, this was the quote I was told, he finally decided he'd never win with Russ as his primary decision maker because Russ is dribbling the ball up the court, and it's like Russ gets to choose every time.
Yeah.
Near you, because Kevin's usually just over there like, can I have it?
Yeah.
No, I'm going solo.
Wow.
And sometimes he'd get to the rim and slam it, and you say, my God, that was spectacular. And sometimes the ball's flying into the 9th row, and you're saying, poor Kevin Durant. And he finally said, you know what? You can shame me all you want to shame me. I'm going with those guys because I'm going to go get me a ring.
And that's how it happened. Okay. Takeaways from this. This is a good one. Boy, I'm going to break up this interview, boy. I love it. I'm over here just a vulture. Being real. Everyone's like, won't you create your own content, Wiley? I'm like, I am. I'm using theirs to create mine, right? Like, what do you want me to do? Grow the damn tomato? No. I'm going to let you grow the tomato. I'm going to use it in my damn tacos. It's the same thing you use in the principles of DJing, right? I'm not making one song. Michael Jackson does that. I'm not making one song. Glorilla does that. I'm going to make hey, I'm going to make that go with some saying it in my hey, I'll make that go by blending them. So that's what we do on this show. We're going to blend both sides to see where things land, right? And we DJ, so we use the whole world as our songs. Let's get back to this. This is how we got to this place, that blurred line between critiquing the player and critiquing the person. Obviously, Skip Bayless didn't feel that Russell Westbrook was on Kevin Durant's level. And in terms of shooting, he's not. We know that, duh. But he is a former MVP, Mr. Triple-Double himself, and he brings tremendous assets. And look, when Westbrook is driving, good luck, because you riding. That sucker get to the hole quicker than anybody still to this day. Now, sometimes he missed a layup or two. Sometimes it's not the smartest thing to do when you got Kevin Durant sitting out there. I understand, crickets. But to the point where, why did you ever go at Westbrook and call him Westbrick? We didn't answer that. They didn't press him on that either. Because I want to know, that's where the disrespect came. It wasn't so much that, okay, you ran your teammate off and he wanted to go get a ring, or you ain't the first in line to do that. It's why you kept going at that man, and all you will look for is his mistakes. All you will look for is his mistakes to get the nickname off. Like, that is strictly based on, like, NARP envy. That's just got to be it. And look, I'm going to be real. I know too many people who didn't make it pro who are envious of pro athletes. I know too many people who made it pro in one thing and envious of somebody else who made it in a different sport. It could go a lot of ways, okay? But it comes out You can hear it. Like, dog, you okay? The way I talk about playing basketball, I'm sorry. I know I'm sorry. And that's it. Like you are not going to make me feel less of a person because I cannot play the game of basketball. What do you know how many things there are to be done? You can't do what there is all to be done. You can't see all there is to be seen. So why are you tripping on the things you can't do if you skip Bayless? But to take it to the point where I can't do something, but I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to see you not do it, and all I'm going to talk about is what you can't do, that's a problem. And if you don't think that's a problem, then you the problem. Come on, man. Y'all got to get rid of that stuff. We can't go around here talking about, oh, since I can't do it, I'm going to be mad at you. And all I'm going to talk about is when you can't do it, because you can't do it. What? I find that line is never going to be properly defined. I respect Stack and Matt for not even going at him, like just letting them have the forum. You know, kind of like what Shannon Sharp is doing right now, letting people just talk. You understand that some of the stuff they're saying probably ain't all 100 or, you know, who are you to fact check in a moment? Just let it be fodder and somebody like me will come around and DJ it and get it right, right? But I think Skip has a good heart, man. I just think that he found a way to the glory that he couldn't get in the game by talking about the game. But the way that the game goes, you watch a scoreboard, all they do is add stuff up. The only thing that goes down is the time, right? You know, that's 1 timeout, that's 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts, that's 3 points, that's 6 points, that's 9 points, right? Assists, like we add everything up. Never do we just look at the game for deficit. And that's what's tough, because if you do that, it's not a fun game to watch. No game is. If you watch football and only want to see touchdowns and don't want to see first downs, don't want to see negative yards, you're just going to be sitting there like, and imagine you talk about a quarterback and all you talk about is incompletions. Imagine you talk about a running back, all you talk about is when he gets tackled for loss. You miss a lot of it. So I think that as great as Skip was and is, I think he missed a lot of the commentary that could have made it even more round and more great. But look, he skipped Bayless, beat me to the top. You know what I mean? So who am I to say it? But sometimes you can see somebody, and I know this is a dynamic in this world. You see somebody who is on the fast track to success. You just don't want to go in that lane, right? There's a dynamic in this world. You can see the waves. Like rappers right now. Hey, you could be a girl. All you got to do is do this. With your booty shakes. With your booty shakes. Your cheeks that shake. Your booty shakes, right? Made up a word. All you got to do is this. Hey. Now, Glorilla can rap. However, she's still going, hey, here's my safety net. I'm going to do this too. All them girls do that. All the dude rappers. Yo, I shot the dude, you know what I'm saying? And I had the kilo, you know what I mean? Like, no, I don't. But that's the wave. Because if you don't do that, you don't bust out like that, good luck. Good luck, as you know how the game goes. So I thought that was a fascinating interview right there. We're going to break it up and chop it up into more pieces. Don't worry about that. And make sure you guys break it up and chop it up and log on to projecttransition.org. Like Tiffany Wong, who made a one-time $1,000 donation supporting Project Transition. Ooh, I love that. That's big time right there. Go give us some love. Make sure you become a gym member, a giver every month. Go to projecttransition.org. Help us educate and empower the itty-bitties in this world. We are really out there trying to help these kids understand all the different pathways to success. Okay? So make sure you help us do that. All right? Deal? Deal. It's time to freestyle. Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. We just talked about Skip sitting there in that Jordan drip. Man, he had to slip into a new lane because main one had done. So he had one of the best careers ever. Now you gonna check him on his new show? Whatever, let me know how it goes, cause you know me, I keep going with the flows. You know, I represent for the bros, you know, and I'm saying that you chose what? Everything you wanna do. Look at these itty bitties over here, look at that crew. Look at these itty bitties, you know what they do. You know it's us. It's just me and you. It's just 1 and 1. It's just the 2. You know what I'm saying, baby? I ain't through. I thought you knew what I said, what I saw, what I know, what I do. You understand that your flow is boo-boo. You understand what I'm doing? It's you. Y'all looking at my notes. Ooh, I can flow. Top 5 all time when I'm rapping. Thank you very much. Y'all far too kind. Make sure y'all support the thing. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, founder of Project Transition and proud gym member. I'm excited to share with you an opportunity that will support our kids on their mission to making their dreams a reality. At Project Transition, we believe that real change comes from consistent action and support. That's why we invite you to join our powerful gym membership program that is making a difference every single day. As a gym partner, by giving every month, you'll fuel our mission by providing monthly support that turns into real empowerment and education for underserved youth. Your commitment reduces school dropouts, nurtures communities, and funds impactful programs like the Rising Stars Academy that we share. Together, we can turn potential into prosperity. Join the group of community champions driving change. Your contributions will help aid success by providing essential educational resources, building critical life skills, and fostering community strength. There's no better feeling than knowing your support will ignite hope, foster dreams, and empower the next generation. Join us today and be a part of transformative change. Help our youth become greater than their greatest excuse. Become a gym partner. Thank you.